Joining us this week for Know Your Enemy, it's Ryan Monceaux, the publisher of GoCoogs.com. Got to talk and preview this Houston, Colorado game. Ryan, I want to start off with Conner Weigman. Obviously a new quarterback. He's been taking off, using his legs quite a bit. Just how would you describe his game so far, and what else do you think that he's got in his bag that you guys have yet to see out there?
Well, number one, we found out a week ago his name is Weigman, not Weigman. We've been calling him Weigman for 8 months. Nope. Nobody let us know that it's Weigman. So Weigman. Two, I would say so far he's been muted. He hasn't had to throw the ball deep. He has run the ball a little bit, and he's been effective running it. But you haven't seen him use the full toolbox yet. I think you're going to start to see it this week, conference game, but they have not asked him to do too much to this point.
I want to ask Ryan about maybe another guy who we might need a pronunciation correction on, but this tight end, Tanner Koziol? Koziol. That's it. Koziol, my guy RK, he knows. This was obviously a really highly touted transfer. You know, caught a bunch of passes at Ball State last year. Was at Wisconsin in the spring before coming to Houston. I think he leads his team by far in catches through 2 weeks. What kind of weapon is he, and is he kind of the focal point, at least in the passing game, for this offense?
He's a massive human being. He's 6'8". He has a catch radius that is unbelievable, and really does a good job of going in and getting the ball. He doesn't let it come to his body, and it just makes him a machine. I think he has 12 catches through 2 games, probably 14 targets. He's just really good. He's a student of the game. He's smart. I think he's going to be a early round draft pick. But
so do I.
He's Conner Weigman's safety blanket early on, and they've only been together since June, but they latched on immediately and have kind of fueled this offense through 2 games.
Definitely.
Ryan, we had a game here last weekend against Delaware where Colorado wins pretty convincingly, and the fans, aren't quite satisfied with it. I'm curious if that's the way that Houston fans have felt about these first 2 games. I'll just give you the floor.
Yes. Very unsatisfied with that SFA performance, especially on offense. And then you went into Rice, and it was just before halftime, before UH scored their first points, and it did not look great. They poured it on a little bit in the second half. But yeah, there's some concerns, but you had a different offensive line in the first week. You had a different offensive line in the second week than what you have seen throughout the fall, through camp and then practices. They're still trying to figure that out. And, you started, I believe it was 8 new guys on offense, 7 maybe on defense. And it's not going to come together immediately. But fans don't want to hear that. They think it should be, vintage era Houston run and shoot, scoring 80 points a week. And it's not going to be that. It's never going to be that with Willie Fritz. It's just not his MO. But I think there's a lot of consternation from the offensive side of the ball, but everybody is very excited what they've seen on the defense.
Ryan, you kind of touched on Willie Fritz there, and I guess what he would consider his identity of the football program. Obviously, he's brought some excitement back to that team for the first time in a while. Just what have you seen from what he's done so far in Houston, and what would you say his identity is?
Willie Fritz has been at Glenn Junior College, Central Missouri, Georgia State, Tulane, Sam Houston State. He has won everywhere he's been and never had the athletes that the team across the field had. So he's always been focused on special teams, about not making mistakes, and winning the game in the margins. And that's exactly what this team is currently. They're not going to out-athlete you. It's not going to be pretty. But his identity is, we're going to find their weakness and exploit it as much as we can. and we'll play defense. We'll beat them on special teams, and he did that at Tulane to 19 or 20 wins in his last 2 seasons there. It works. It's not pretty. It's not fan friendly, but at U of H they have endured Major Applewhite and Dana Holgerson for so long that I would think they would give this guy a bit of a chance. You needed to be rebuilt when he got here. It just had to be completely redone. I think there's 105 new guys in the last 2 years on the roster, kind of what Colorado has gone through in a way. But it's just not pretty, but it's going to be effective, I believe, in the long run.
Ryan, you talked about fans maybe not being pleased with the offensive performance through 2 weeks, but defensively, 9 points through 2 weeks, a shutout in week 1, 9 points given up in week 2, and granted it was against maybe a lesser opponent, but how would you kind of just describe the outlook of this defense, maybe a couple key players for that unit this week and beyond?
They're attacking. They play a fun style of football. You lost 2 guys in this spring. One who declared for the portal while he was on the field still after the spring game. You lost a guy to Florida State in Jeremiah Wilson and a guy to LSU in AJ Halsey.
Right.
There were really big losses, but they have built a depth in that defensive backfield that has been very good early in the year. There's a linebacker. We just had him on our Sunday night interview show. His name is Corey Platt. Corey Platt was at Tulane with Willie Fritz. He came here. But Corey tore his Achilles in the first game in the 2003 season. He transferred us to Houston, and during a summer non-contact workout, tears the other Achilles.
Wow.
So he missed 2 straight years of football and just got back on the field maybe 3 weeks ago and has been limited. He finally got on the field in a game Saturday, had a sack against Rice.
Yeah.
He's not going to start, but I think he's a difference maker. I think he is so excited to play. I talked with him yesterday again, and he is ready for it. But I really don't think it's players. I think it's a unit that is playing very well together early in the season. Now, they have not faced a lot of adversity. So when Colorado punches, how are they going to respond? I think that's the most interesting thing to me right now.
Last one for me. One I ask everyone, Houston wins this game if blank.
If they can stop this new, maybe sort of probably quarterback and confuse him early on, he's probably a little rusty. I know he played against Delaware, but you've got to throw some things at him that throws him off his game. You got to control that Colorado run game, and the offense has to take another step. You just haven't seen a ton from them. Is the running game as good as some people think? Is Conner Weigman as good as some people think? I don't think it's going. If they beat Colorado, it's not going to be by 3 scores. It'll be a 7, 8, 9 point game. So can they win at the margins? Can they do the things they have to do to win?
Awesome, Ryan. Thank you so much for joining us, man. Let the people know where they can find your work and where you're at on the internet here.
GoCoogs.com. That's 2 O's, COOGS. If you go to GoCoogs with a U, you go to BYU's apparel website. Don't do that. Go to GoCoogs with 2 O's. And it's at GoCoogs1 on all social media, YouTube, everything else. We have a staff of about 12 that work football, another 12 on basketball, and we cover U of H from every angle.
Awesome work.
Awesome, man. Appreciate you. That's
and
Ryan.
Guys, Truth Barbecue.
Oh, yeah.
We've already
Good
heard.
We're
idea.
headed there.
Yeah. Go to Truth Barbecue. Right across the street from the stadium is Frenchie's Fried Chicken. Frenchie's has been there about 70 years. You need to check out Frenchie's. So
let's go.
You go to Truth, you go to Pinkerton's Barbecue, you go to Frenchie's, and then, try Arby's. It's a good Arby's. And you'll be good to go.
Thanks, man.
Awesome.
Appreciate
Appreciate
that,
you, Ryan.
Ryan.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.
Good seeing you.